Hello people, this is Jingai. Today let's talk about synthetic and what will happen if the number before x is not 1. Remember, the ultimate goal is to cancel out the term with the highest power. For example, in long division, in here, you need to cancel out the x squared because x squared is the highest power. And the reason why you can just copy the 1 down here is because when there's x minus 2, 1 is the number of x you need to cancel out the x squared. Similarly, the reason you copy the 2 down is because 2 is the number of x you need to cancel out the 2x squared. 2x multiplied by x equals 2x squared. That's why you copy it down. You need to cancel out the x squared in the denominator. Let's do an example. 4x squared plus 6x plus 4 divided by x plus 2. Now see, the x in the denominator is only x without any coefficient, so we can just copy the first number down, but first, remember it's the additive inverse of the 2, so it's negative 2. Remember to plus. So because it's only x, copy the 4 down. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Plus 6 is negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Plus 4 is 8. So this would be 4x minus 2 plus 8 over x plus 2. Okay, but what would happen if the coefficient of the x here is not 1 but 2 instead? So what's wrong would be if you do if you just do negative 2 and 4, 6, 4, and you divide it and you plus no, this would be wrong because the number here is 2, not 1. So if you do this, it will be dividing by x plus 2, but the question here is 2x plus 2. Let's see what exactly is wrong with this. So let's put the 2x plus 2 in here and see you have 2x and 4x. That would make 8x squared, not 4x squared. You can't successfully cancel out the 4x squared in here. So you cannot just do negative 2. No. The correct way to do this would be to simplify it first. Divide this by 2 and divide this by 2. Now the x in the denominator would only be 1, and it's x plus 1, and the denominator would be 2x squared plus 3x plus 2, and now we can do it synthetically. Negative 1, remember the additive inverse, copy it down 2, 3, 2. Remember to plus. Now, since it's only x, you can copy it down now. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1. So this would be 2x plus 1 plus 1 over, see, remember, we already changed the whole thing to this, so do not write 2x plus 2, write x plus 1 instead. But this is just way too complicated, so just don't do it. And again, we look at what they did in class. They did something like negative 1, 4, 6, 4, and they divide this by, I think it's 4, negative 4, 2, negative 2, 2. And they write the answer as 4 x plus 2 plus 2 over 2x plus 2. Now, what's wrong with this? It's because it's still x plus 1. So, for the answer to be correct, it have to be divided by 2x plus 2, but now it's only x plus 1. So you need to divide the whole thing by 2. But what's also wrong is that this thing here is not 2x plus 2 because we are only dividing by x plus 1 in here. So this is also wrong. So if you simplify it, it would be 2x plus 1 plus 1 over x plus 1. So now this would be correct, but this way is simply too complicated, so just don't use it. Just don't. Don't use synthetic when the coefficient of the x in the denominator is more than 1. Just don't use it. And also, synthetic does have liabilities. For example, we cannot use it to divide by polynomials that have more than 2 terms. For example, if it's 4x squared plus 6x plus 4 divided by x squared plus 2x plus 2, we can't do it. So only when it's x plus another number, you use synthetic. Otherwise, just use long division. Long division does not have liabilities.